Hi everyone, I'm Lena and welcome back to Lena's Reading Corner. So we're going to be continuing with the miraculous journey of Edward Tulane. And before jumping into chapter 10, we learned from chapter 9 that Edward has become very content with his new life living with Nellie and Lawrence, but that may all be disrupted by Lawrence and Nellie's daughter coming for a visit. So let's see how she impacts and disrupts Edward's life in chapter 10. Lolly was a lumpy woman who spoke too loudly and wore too much lipstick. She entered the house and immediately spotted Edward sitting on the living room couch. "What's this?" she said. She put down her suitcase and picked Edward up by one foot. She held him upside down. "That's Susanna," said Nellie. "Susanna!" shouted Lolly. She gave Edward a shake. His dress was up over his head, and he could see nothing. Already he formed a deep and abiding hatred for Lolly. So we can see, unlike Abilene and Nellie and Lawrence, Lolly has no respect or anything towards Edward, who is now Susanna. "Your father found her," said Nellie. "She came up in a net, and she did not have any clothes on, so I made her some dresses." "Have you gone skivvy?" shouted Lolly. "Rabbits don't need clothes." "Well," said Nellie, her voice shook, "this one seems to." Lolly tossed Edward back on the couch. He landed face down with his arms over his head and his dress still over his face. He stayed that way through dinner. "Why have you got out that old high chair?" shouted Lolly. "Oh, don't pay it no mind," said Nellie. "Your father was just gluing on a missing piece, wasn't you, Lawrence?" "That's right," said Lawrence without looking up from his plate. So they're kind of lying to Lolly about their affection towards Edward because they don't want to upset Lolly, because apparently she has some very strong opinions against Edward. Of course, after dinner, Edward did not go outside and stand beneath the stars to have a smoke with Lawrence, and Nellie, for the first time since Edward had been with her, did not sing him a lullaby. In fact, Edward was ignored and forgotten about until the next morning, when Lolly picked him up again and pulled his dress down away from his face and stared at him in the eye. "Got the old folks bewitched, don't you?" said Lolly. "I heard the talk in the town, that they've been treating you like a rabbit child." Edward stared back at Lolly. Her lipstick was bright and bloody red. He felt a cold breeze blow through the room. Was the door open somewhere? "Well, you don't fool me," she said. She gave him a shake. "We'll be taking a trip together, you and me." Holding Edward by the ears, Lolly marched into the kitchen and shoved him face down in the garbage can. "Ma," Lolly shouted, "I'm taking the truck. I'm going to head out and do some errands." "Oh," came Nellie's tremulous voice. "That's wonderful, dear. Goodbye, then." "Goodbye," thought Edward, as Lolly hauled the garbage can out in the truck. "Goodbye," Nellie called again, louder this time. Edward felt a sharp pain somewhere deep inside his chest. For the first time, his heart called out to him. It said two words: Nellie, Lawrence. Okay, so that is pretty big. His heart is feeling something, and he has a longing for Nellie and Lawrence, as Lolly has tossed him into this truck and prepared to throw him away. So Edward has been living a life, and he has felt so connected to these people, and he finally feels in his heart that he wants them and he needs them. And now Lolly has just stripped that away from him, and she's about to dispose of him. So if we want to see what becomes of Edward next, then you can go check out the next chapter. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.